So, you're ready to start building on AWS? Awesome. It's an incredibly powerful platform, just a massive world of possibilities. But hold on. Before you jump in and start building, there's a really important question we've got to ask first. What does AWS assume you already know how to do? And that's really the million-dollar question, isn't it? The AWS documentation, all the tutorials, they're fantastic, but they all start from a certain baseline. They assume you have a few core skills already in your toolkit. Getting these down is the difference between a smooth ride and hitting roadblock after roadblock. So, let's break down exactly what they expect you to know.
Okay, first things first. You have got to know your own development platform. This is the absolute bedrock. Before you can even think about doing cool stuff in the cloud, you need to be a pro on the computer that's sitting right in front of you. And look, they don't beat around the bush with this one. It's not just a friendly suggestion, it's a hard requirement. AWS tools are built to run pretty much anywhere, Mac, Windows, Linux, but they are not going to teach you how to use your own machine. That part's all on you.
So what does being familiar actually mean day to day? Well, it really boils down to the essentials. It's knowing how to install new software, whether it's from a package manager or the command line. It's about navigating your file system, setting environment variables, and just managing what's running on your machine. These aren't fancy AWS skills. They are the absolute basics you need before you even open the AWS console.
All right, so you've got your local machine on lock. What's next? Well, you need to figure out how to actually talk to the cloud. And since AWS is, at its heart, just a huge collection of services on the internet, that brings us to prerequisite number 2. This is where it all clicks into place. No matter what you're using, an SDK, the command line, raw API calls, at the end of the day, you're just communicating with a web service. Understanding that basic request and response cycle of the web isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a must-have for any serious AWS developer.
The flow is actually pretty straightforward. Your application on your machine creates a request. You bundle it up with all the necessary info, security credentials, any parameters, and then you fire it off over the internet. And the how you send it usually relies on a really common architectural style you've probably heard of.
And yep, that architecture is REST. It's basically the set of rules that defines how computers talk to each other over the web. You can think of it as a universal language for web services, kind of like how SQL is for databases. You don't have to be a world-class expert on REST, but you do need a good handle on things like HTTP verbs and status codes to build and, more importantly, to debug your applications on AWS.
So you know your machine and you know how to talk to the web. The third piece of this puzzle? Well, it's all about mindset, because you'll quickly see that developing for the cloud is a whole different ballgame than just building something locally.
See, when you're working locally, you're the king of your castle. You control everything. But in the cloud, you trade some of that direct control over the hardware for massive scale and power. This means you're going to be interacting more with other teams, like security and networking, and your testing setups might get a little more complex. It's just a different way of thinking.
Okay, for our last big prerequisite, we're going to step away from the pretty graphical interfaces and get our hands dirty. The AWS Web Console is great for learning and for doing one-off things, but the real power, the real efficiency, that lives in the terminal. It's time to embrace the command line.
But why, right? I mean, isn't the web console good enough? Sure, when you're just starting out, maybe, but for real efficiency, for automation, and for actually getting a much deeper understanding of how AWS works, the CLI is an absolute game changer.
And this really nails the why. First, the CLI makes you understand what's really happening under the hood, without a GUI holding your hand. And second, and this is the big one, scripting. The power to automate boring, repetitive tasks is what separates the pros from the amateurs.
And just look at how simple and powerful this can be. This one tiny command, AWS S3 LS, bam, you get a list of all your S3 buckets. Just think about the alternative, logging in, clicking through menus, maybe even going through multiple pages. The CLI is all about speed and power.
So there you have it. Those are the 4 pillars, the launch pad that's going to get you into the world of AWS development. And these aren't just 4 random skills. They all work together to give you a really solid foundation for everything you build from here on out.
Think of it this way. Knowing your platform is like having your workshop perfectly set up. Your web service skills are the tools you use to communicate. Understanding the cloud development process is your blueprint. And the command line, that's your power tool that gets the job done fast. And that's why this all matters so much. If you take the time to really nail these skills before you dive into the deep end with specific AWS services, you're going to learn faster, get way less frustrated, and you'll become a much, much better cloud developer in the long run.
So as we wrap this up, I want you to think about something. Take a second and just do a quick personal skills check. Out of these 4 areas, which one could you maybe work on a little bit? Being honest with yourself here is the real first step to mastering this stuff. Hey, if this helped you get a clearer picture of your own path into AWS, do us a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button. And share it with anyone else you know who's just starting their cloud journey. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.